Hello and welcome. It's Gilly Cube. I'm here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. Today I'm kind of doing a teaching video for beginners, but I'm also going back to where I started as a beginner in the particular recipe that I used to use and the way I used to do things. So it's more so probably for people that can't get the clear glue. Like in the US, you seem to have a problem getting the clear glue that I use here. So when I first started, I used to send to America for this glue all in the 1 gallon, the 4 litre bottles. It used to cost me about $60 to $70 for that. I just found these particular glue all on special in our local office works, so I thought I'll go back and use the clear glue because I know that the folk in America, the US, and probably even the UK can get this clear glue a lot easier. So I'm going to see if I produce the same effects with the clear glue as I used to do when I very first started. This is what I used to use, was clear glue and a bit of Australian floetrol. So I'm going to use the same recipe today with Montmartre paints because that's what I started with, and I'm going to show you how I mixed it. So it's kind of a beginner's video, but it's also for people that might want to try this particular recipe, and I'm interested to see if it comes out exactly how it come out for me almost 2 years ago when I started doing it. So what I've done is I've emptied this 1 litre of glue all into this big jug, so it's just in there. Now what my recipe was adding 70-30, so I'm going to add another 300 mils excuse me, of just warm water to this. I've put warm water in this particular bottle. I've just put warm water so I can get the rest of my glue out and not waste any. And then I'll add 300 mils to this glue, so that should make it 1300 mils all up. So probably best to add it slowly, and it seems to work better if it's warm water mixed into your glue, because I suppose it sort of makes it bind quicker. So I'm going to put another, I'm going to make it up to 1300, so that's 70-30. Yeah, I'm making it in this big container, so I'll transfer it. Well, I'll make up the paints and then I'll transfer it back to this. So that's another 300 mil. So, and then you just give it a really good stir. Or if you've got a large bottle, that like when I had the 4 litres, I just used to take 30% out and then add the warm water to the bottle and then give it a good shake. So this is making up 1,300 mils of pouring medium. And this is what I always used to use. So we'll go back to basics and I'll explain what I do all along. So you give it a really good stir. So just put that aside and we'll move on to the next stage, which is I'm just showing you what I do with my canvas. The canvas back, I use painter's tape, which you can get from any hardware store. Just ask for painter's tape. And I put that on the back. So that's easy peasy, Japanesey, lemon squeezy. And these are giant push pins. I have them, the link down below for all of these products. So have a look in my drop down box underneath the video. They're called giant push pins, and you can get them. If you don't get them online, you can get them from office work suppliers, stationaries, but ask for giant push pin. So that is what I hammer those in. And then when it comes to get them out, I'd wiggle them backwards and forwards and turn them around, and they pull out easy enough. So then your canvas is ready to use, and then you've got a nice stable base and it's up off your surface that you're going to pour on. So that is that particular part of this process. That's the just the plastic off the canvas. The next bit is the paints. So I haven't measured because I don't normally measure at all. So what I've done is I've got my paints in the bottom of the cup. I don't measure, so it's pointless telling you what to do. So that is about a good centimetre, 1 centimetre, 1/2 centimetres of paint in the bottom of that. And so all of these paints are Montmartre paints I'm using today. And I just get my pouring medium and I add just about equal amount to start with. So it's like 50% paint, 50% pouring medium, equal amounts to start with. And then I see the consistency of what the paint feels like after I stir it up. That's about another 50%. That one, oh, I think I've poured too much into that. But anyway, I can always add a bit more paint. So I'm pouring 50-50 to start with in each of the cups. So whatever your paint is in your cup, 50-50 to start with. And then if you need any more, you can add more pouring medium or a bit of water. Either way. So it's about 50%. This stand, me and my husband make these for ourselves out of just polystyrene packing that comes, and he just used the hole saw and put me different cup sizes, and then underneath I've got some of the giant push pins that holds that up off the ground. So I'm just you mix your paints really well. So you give it a real good mix. So that is 50-50. That is still too thick. So I'll just add a little bit more pouring medium. Just go a little bit more and try. It's kind of got to be a nice creamy consistency. If you were doing something like a Dutch pour, which you're blowing the paint, they also use very runny paint. So if the pour I'm doing today is like I used to do, is a swipe, and I need it sort of nice creamy consistency. I know it's like runny honey or pouring cream. So that's just nice. Okay, I won't go through the boring bits of stirring all of these paints with you. I just want to go to the next stage and then I'll come back to you. So what I do there, I've got my consistency stirred really well, scrape it up from the bottom, is going back to when I used to use silicone. As I said, I'm going back in time. So this is the silicone. I've tried all the silicones under the sun and this one had worked out the best. So all you need is just 1 to 2 drops, no more, because it just comes out, big lumpy cells. 1 drop of this, so 1, ooh, that's enough. That was kind of 2. And then you just stir that in really well. And then it's just a nice consistency. So I'm going to go through all of these cups and do that same process. I'll miss out the boring bits and I'll be back with you. Okay, they're all mixed with the pouring medium. I've added 2 drops of the Helmar silicone that I showed you. It worked 2 drops to every cup. I have added to all the other cups. This is floetrol. I just decant it into a smaller container. So the floetrol, I just literally add a good dash like that. No more really. Probably don't need it with the glue all. I'm not sure, so I'm going to see. So that all of them have just had a dash of floetrol. So say a dessert spoon of floetrol in. And I've mixed them all up really well. What I used to do back when I started, I used to mix all my paints the day before and leave them overnight, just covered with a damp cloth, because I found that I got much better cells. I'm not sure if what the science was behind it, but that's what I used to do. So there's my colours all made up, and we'll see if I can get the results that I used to get back in the day. On this canvas is a 60 by 30. It's a really nice canvas size to work with. So we will see what we get. Okay, so I've been through that process with you, so I hope that helps some of you. I am going to be using kind of mostly greens. They're not my favourite colour, but I'll go for it. So this one is Monsterial or no, this one actually is Viridian green. I'm off with the birds, I tell you. So I'm going to do my wiggles thing again, where I just wiggle the paint over the canvas. It's nothing special or anything. It's easy enough to do for a beginner. So if you're a beginner, this is a really good way to start, I believe. So that was the Viridian. This is the Monstera green. So just giving it a real good stir and just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle over your canvas. That's the Monstera. Now this is called sap green, so it's like that real dark green. And it's like 50 shades of green, isn't it? Almost. So I'm not sure whether I want to add red or orange. I know you probably think I'm absolutely crazy, but I think I'm going to add some red. This is Brilliant Red. They're all mixed in the same way and they've all got the same ingredients, approximately. So there we go. It will be interesting to see if I get the same results of what I used to get when I started, because I'm actually going to use my butane torch, because that's what I started with, and nowadays I basically use my heat gun. This is just plain old white, so I want to put some white in there to break it all up. And what I want to do quickly is mix a navy to actually swipe with. So, or maybe I should go make a out of that bit of red I've got, I could make my Berry Delicious. So to the red I can add some grab hold of it. The red, I can add some phthalo blue. If you add red and phthalo blue, I'll show you what it will make. So red phthalo blue in there and a dash of black. So I'll just put a dash of black because I want it nice and dark. This makes my Berry Delicious colour, which is a really dark, or can be dark cherry red. Or really, I love this colour. So that's what I'm mixing to make my Berry Delicious. I will need a little bit more pouring medium in there because I've just added paints to it. So I'll just add a bit more of my pouring medium. Oop. I'm going to just use exactly the same mix for my swipe colour as I did the paint. So there's the pouring medium. I'm going to add a squirt of floetrol, literally a good squirt of floetrol. Mix it up. So that's really like a dark cherry aubergine, and it just is a beautiful colour in your work. So this is what will change this particular piece doing the swipe in it. So I'm going to add 2 drops. Yeah, 1, 2. 2-ish. Give it a really good stir. There we go. That one's a little bit runnier than the rest, but that's okay to do my swiping. Move those out of the... Oh dear, you're going to make people jump, Benson. I think somebody's arrived. That's my dog. So this looks very Christmassy, doesn't it? But I'm absolutely certain that that particular swipe colour is going to change the whole look of it. Well, may do. It will do. So all I'm doing now is just a gentle tilt. Don't rush this. If you're just trying this particular technique, or you're trying this and it's your first time, just don't rush. Don't try and tilt it all off really quick. This is just tilting it so it sort of tilts over the other colour. It tilts over the edge of your canvas. And I'm just working down to the other end. Tilting over nice and slow. I actually forgot how strong the smell of glue oil. Some of it seems quite strong. I'm pretty sure the stuff that I used to order from America never used to have that strong odour, because that one I just found in our local store, because they don't sell the big 4-litre containers of glue oil here. So that's what we're left with. Just recenter it so your paint isn't all at one end. You can sort of just go around with your fingers on the bottom and on your very corners, all nice and slow. Remember, your art room, your rules, your way. Just take it easy. It's just a nice therapeutic process to go through, I believe, and it's all good. So, oh my goodness, now I'm nervous to see what results I get. I can't remember if I used to hit it with the butane torch at this stage, but look at the cells already popping up. So I won't. Hoping. Oh, Ben, I've got some butane, hoping I've got the gas in that particular butane. And then I'll grab a piece of plastic file divider. This is just a soft plastic file divider. They can be found at stationery or office workplaces. It's just a really good tool to swipe with, because you can wash it over and over. Just keep using it. Using and abusing. Okie doke. So this is my very dark berry delicious. Did you want to talk to me, John? So I'm just pouring this through the centre, because I'm going to do a centre swipe. Oh, there you go, sort of centre-ish. And then you use that soft plastic file divider. So I will start at one end, I suppose. And you just try and drop the very tip of your file divider into the paint. Pull it through. Oh my goodness, look at those gorgeous gems coming up already. This is what, oh yeah, this is what I remember. That's working well. So just wipe off your file divider, because you don't want to cause any muddiness in your paints. Again, just drop the very tip of your file divider and just draw it really nice and slow. That doesn't matter, I've missed that bit, but I'll go back over that. Well, in fact, I had a slim piece sitting here somewhere, now it's gone. I'll cut up smaller pieces for smaller jobs, so I'll just go over that one, and I will re-go over that there. And then I'll turn the whole painting around. As you can see, I've got all these lovely like gem-like cells coming up. Rightio. Might just add a little bit of the swipe colour where I think I need to. So see how we go on the second side. So just nice and slow. Oh, look at, oh, I think my file divider must be bent because it's missing out these bits. I've got a bent file divider. Never mind. Go on with it. Yeah. Missed out in the same bit. Never mind. I'll use the other one. I'll just go back over it here. And here. And there. Oop. Not going to worry about that. That's perfectly fine. Rightio. The next thing is my butane torch. As I said, I don't use these anymore very often. I use a heat wand, which I find far safer. The butane, you definitely have to have fire extinguisher and be used to using them, because you know, can cause some trouble if you don't. You're not confident with it. So I'm turning my butane torch on. And I'm just gonna dab it. So this is causing what we used to call in the day the Gilly clusters. As you can see, these little clusters of cells just popping up exactly as they used to. So there you go. It's that particular recipe that causes these Gilly clusters. And I'm not going to do the whole thing because I don't want it to sell up everywhere. But this is fabulous. It's back to the days when I used to do my Gilly clusters. I will bring the camera down and give you a squizzy. But they are looking so gorgeous. Yeah, it's really back to the day. So here are the Gilly clusters, Gilly gems. They're clusters of absolutely dynamic cells. Look at that. Now I'm excited to do these colours, do some different colours in these, but look at those. The cells created with this particular pouring mix is stunning, I have to say. It is really stunning. Look at the red in there. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. And this was my exact recipe when I first started doing videos way back in the day. Like, I've stopped using the glue all as definitely, because it was costing me so much to get from the US, because they only sell it in tiny bottles here, you know, that's the biggest bottle I've seen is that 1 litre here in Australia. And of course, when, you know, the virus hit, it's too difficult getting stuff that heavy by mail. It cost me a fortune now. So, but anyway, that's what it produces. So if you're in the US and you can get it from your Hobby Lobby or wherever you get it from so easy, and you really want cells, then that is the recipe to follow. And that Halmar silicone lasts for absolutely donkey's years, because you only put 1 or 2 drops in to get this effect, and only a dash of floetrol. So very happy with that. So I hope you liked. If you're one of my viewers that have been with me since the beginning, you will remember these kind of pours very well, because I used to love doing them, and I still do. Look at this, I love it. So I'm anxious now to get mixing up some different colours. So wishing you guys a safe and happy week, and please keep well. Do something that gives you joy. Go out for a walk, do some gardening, do some acrylic pouring. It's good for the soul. So until tomorrow, you lovely people, I'll say bye for now.